So we've mastered the art of comedy. You guys are legends in the comedy world. So we go from comedy to this amazing creation right here.
Right. Well, we got drunk in Mexico one time. That kind of really.
And the funny thing is, it was from tequila to comedy and back to tequila. I always tell people, I used to be a bartender, and the truth is, I'm still a bartender. My knees are still wet from that back bar. I love being back there, and the truth is, I'm still talking to people about tequila. Now it just happens to be what I genuinely believe to be the best tequila in the world. And also, it just happens to be mine and Ron's, which is just so fun to think about.
Did comedy inspire this?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's where the name came from. One of his jokes. So.
Yeah.
And I wasn't all over the name at first, but I kind of came around when I was in a liquor store one time, and there was a family in there. It was kind of in California. They sell a lot of different things in the liquor stores, and one of the kids picked it up and went, "Number one," and that was the only name of any tequila that they could possibly have pronounced of the stuff that was up there. So
the kids were laughing. Ron told me the kids
and
were
then they bought it. So I'm like, I was sitting there kind of watching the name work, and but it's called Gift of God in Mexico. This same tequila, and that's Regalo Los Dios.
The distillery, the Rivera family, and it's the Rivesca Distillery in a little town called Amatitan, Jalisco. They've been making this juice. We didn't make this up. We created the package. We brought it to the U.S. You're welcome. But they've been doing it for near a century. They were farmers, and then they started distilling tequila about 70 years ago, and they make a tequila called Regalo de Dios, which means gift from God, which is what it has been to us. But I knew that nobody could say Regalo de Dios, unless you're me or Ron, because he's actually more Mexican than I.
Well, I spent more time in Mexico.
But I think it's kind of fun because the tequila and the comedy, they just go hand in hand. I was going to be drinking anyway.
Yep.
And I've always turned people on to a good time. I like to believe, and as has my brother here, and I've usually done it through tequila, and I kind of, I'm not ashamed of it one bit. Early in my career, a lot of people just used to call me, "Hey, you're that tequila guy," because I was known for doing, 8 to 12 shots in a 45 to 1 hour and 10-minute show.
Interesting.
No, it doesn't bother me. And you know who taught me that was Bill Engvall back in the early days. He used to just chug that tequila, and he would not slur his words. And in my opinion, he would just get looser and more fun.
Sometimes he slurred his words.
But then when he did, it was hilarious. So I just love tequila. I love the way it's always made me feel. And even the times I ralphed. But I just love now that it's ours. I mean, how many times have we kind of smiled at each other when we walk in a place and our bottle is sitting right now on the table, and I love paying for my tequila and getting a receipt that says number one on it. It's just a great
Priceless. Yes.
Yeah. And that's a deal that we have with each other, that until we're making a clear profit on it, and when everything now goes back into the company, that we'll pay retail for it. So the liquor stores, they like seeing us come in, and they appreciate the fact that we don't have a pallet of it in the garage, that we're just over there swilling.
If we gift a bottle to somebody, we literally go to the store, pay for it, and make sure everyone in the food chain
gets their money.
Gets their part of what it's supposed to be, because that's the only way that this formula is going to work.
Can't thank you enough for everything.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us on your show.
It's an honor to be in your presence. It's an honor to help you add value to this brand. This is damn good tequila.
Thank you for saying that. Not the damn good tequila part, because we know that part, and I love when that is reinforced, right? Yep. Because that's what made us do this. It was our reaction, and every time we hear people say or have a reaction that we like, it's just like we know we were doing the right thing. But the part that you said. Pushing this brand.
Adding value, sir.
Adding value to the brand, because I tell you, wherever the camera is, what you need to know about this guy and me is our commitment to the party, which is fun, has been relentless, and it's been sincere. And that's the key word. Well, actually, relentless is pretty key too.
Yeah,
It's
right.
relentless and it's been sincere in the part that it comes from our heart, and every one of you need to help us, because we're not one of those big companies. We don't have, this is me and Ron and our team. And everyone that's on our team puts their heart and their passion into what we're doing. And so I always like to feel like we're Tom Sawyer, and we're just getting people to help us paint that fence. And we're not fooling anybody. I just want people to know that we believe in it, and when they believe in it, it's we're painting that fence.
I know that Patron last year spent $1 billion on advertising, and Alex and I are just us going, "Hey, we got some tequila for sale over here. Y'all want some?" And our salvation has been reviews, because the younger, the millennials, you can say how great you are as loud as you want to, but if you don't have reviews to back it up, they won't buy your product. And so, we say it as loud as we can, and we got nothing but reviews to back it up. So we win all the medals. So
The best is yet to come for this brand. So anything that Addison Sweet can do to help take this to the next level, it's done deal.
thank
Done
you
deal.
very much. I appreciate it.
And I hope you guys have an amazing show tonight.
Thank you.
Look forward to doing amazing things with you all in the very near future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, T.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Addison Sweet.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys.